It's big dog season, and you can't stay still because you want it. Talk that talk, George. You still scraping your plate because you're hungry. Talk that talk.
Some questions about who will investigate the death of a state police cadet who had ties to the Worcester County DA. The WBZ-TV team broke the news that the cadet had been critically hurt in a boxing exercise. Enrique Delgado-Garcia was made a trooper just before he died on Friday night. Now, the training accident happened at the State Police Academy in New Braintree. That falls in Worcester County. But as WBZ's Louisa Moller shows us, Delgado-Garcia used to work for that district attorney, so the investigation will now be overseen by someone else.
We try and get him to go home. Say, Enrique, what are you doing here? It's time to go home. And he said, no, Mr. Early, I'll be leaving soon. I got a few things I still need to do.
Fond memories collided with a family's fresh grief Monday. Loved ones of Enrique Delgado-Garcia tearfully listened as Worcester County District Attorney Joe Early explained their son served as a victim witness advocate in his office before pursuing a lifelong dream of becoming a Massachusetts state trooper.
And because of this close relationship, someone else will be handling this matter.
WBZ's I-Team was first to report last week that the 25-year-old suffered serious injuries in the boxing ring at the Massachusetts State Police Academy. Sources told the I-Team Delgado-Garcia was knocked out for nearly 10 minutes after getting hit in the head and was brought to a Worcester hospital in critical condition. The question now is who should investigate.
I did talk to several people about taking over this matter on Friday. I'm not going to get into who they are.
Early saying in the meantime, troopers for his office will continue to look into the incident, which he revealed was videotaped. I asked if that is a conflict.
The state troopers that we have assigned to our state police detective unit are some of the finest, most professional people that I've ever dealt with in my life, and I am certain that they will continue to do this in a professional way.
A procession brought Delgado-Garcia's body to the medical examiner's office on Saturday. Early says his autopsy has concluded, but the report has not been finalized. That leaves questions about what happened and the impact. Worcester City Councilor Christian King described how the young man strove to help his community.
It comes from within. It comes from the inside out. The want to do better, the want to be better, the want to make your community better by action. And, you know, I think that's something that's born into you. I think it was born into Enrique.
Again, the physical examination of Delgado-Garcia's body took place yesterday, but further tests are still happening. Typically, an autopsy report is finalized within 90 days. In Worcester, Louisa Moller, WBZ News.
Himself is really hard, but like I said, for people like me or people like Delgado, Spanish or Black, it's really hard.
New at 6, a former classmate of the Massachusetts State Police recruit who died after training says the State Police Academy is run more like a fraternity and not everyone is welcome. The WBZ-TV team was the first to report Enrique Delgado-Garcia was critically injured in the boxing ring at the academy. Thanks for staying with us tonight. I'm Lisa Hughes.
And I'm David Wade. The former recruit who spoke with the I-Team says he experienced hazing at the police academy and says Black and Hispanic people were treated differently. WBZ Chief Investigator Cheryl Fiandaca here now with the exclusive story. Cheryl?
Well, Lisa, David, the recruit says he is heartbroken about his friend and former classmate. He says he expected the police academy to be tough and was prepared for difficult training, but he says he was not prepared for the harassment, humiliation, and discrimination he suffered. And after 18 weeks of training, the police cut him from the class. The I-Team was there when he was finally ready to unpack his academy bags.
This is everything that I have in that bag.
For this former Massachusetts State Police recruit, these photos showing him wearing an academy uniform are all that's left of his dream.
Since I came here in the country, my dream was like to be a state trooper.
The state police dismissed the Haitian immigrant from the academy just 6 weeks before graduation. Enrique Delgado-Garcia was his carpool buddy and his classmate. He died last week after sources say he was seriously injured during a boxing training exercise where trainees pair up and fight each other.
He was a good kid. He was really, really good, helping me, helping everybody. The academy himself is really hard. For people like me or people like Delgado, Spanish or Black, it's really hard. They make it really hard for you. I know they don't like us. They show you that.
He does not know what happened to his friend, but says he was subjected to hazing and harassment from the second week of training.
The first thing that gonna wake me up, everybody come to my home. They make everybody come to my home. Go home, go home, go home, go home, go home. Like, imagine like 180 people like telling you, go home, you don't deserve to be here. It was a lot for me.
An Army reservist, he survived boot camp and 4 years in the military, but says his experience at the State Police Academy was more like a fraternity hazing instead of elite law enforcement training.
Making me sweep the floor with my uniform, like, and my stomach, like, it's not a training. What is the training? And that make me counting breaks after everybody sleeping. And like trooper telling me, like, he will do everything that in his power to not graduate because I don't deserve to be here.
All of this heartbreaking to hear for his wife and young family, who sacrificed so he could go to the academy and realize his dream.
We come here and for him to want to do better. And you get there, you face with you being humiliated, you being discriminated. Training is training, I understand that. I'm in the military, I know boot camp. Training is training. You have to teach your trainees how to really protect themselves out there. But there's nowhere it says in the book that you need to break someone down so low to where they can't study, they can't pass a common sense exam.
He was let go by the state police on August 23rd.
Since that, in the second week in the academy until the 18 weeks, it was really hell for me. It was really hell every day for me.
The recruit tells us he plans to visit his former classmates' family to pay his respects. The I-team reached out to the state police for comment, but we did not hear back. Lisa?
That was really powerful. Cheryl, thank you.
Western Mass News. Good Wednesday evening, everyone. Welcome to Western Mass News at 6. I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Abby Carnevale. Mourning continues for communities across the Bay State following the death of a 25-year-old state police trainee, Enrique Delgado-Garcia, who died during a training exercise last Thursday. Local leaders are calling for an investigation into the death of the Worcester native, who has ties to Western Mass, being a graduate of Westfield State University's criminal justice program. Western Mass News reporter Glenn Kittle joins us live from Westfield with more on what's next for this case. Glenn?
Yeah, Chris, Abby, Enrique Delgado-Garcia was an athlete here at Westfield State University on the cross-country and track teams. He was also a graduate of the criminal justice program here at Westfield State. Now calls into the investigation of the death of Enrique Delgado-Garcia tonight are growing stronger.
There absolutely needs to be just a full-on, expansive investigation to what happened here.
State Senator John Velas calling for a thorough investigation into the death of Massachusetts State Police trainee Enrique Delgado-Garcia. The 25-year-old Worcester native died from injuries he suffered during a training exercise at the State Police Academy last week. Here in Western Mass, Delgado-Garcia's college alma mater, Westfield State University, where he was a student athlete and criminal justice graduate, is mourning his death, telling Western Mass News. Those lucky enough to share space with Enrique had the gift of experiencing his warm smile, positive outlook on life, and the ongoing support of love that he constantly shared with others. We extend our deepest sympathies and condolences to Enrique's family, friends, and OWL teammates. Meanwhile, Western New England University criminal justice professor Craig Dunton is sharing his insight on the state police training program, telling Western Mass News the regiment is physically and mentally demanding.
It is intended to somewhat mirror like boot camp in the military to kind of, proverbially break somebody down, then build them back up. And in this case, especially, a lot of the physical components to it is, intended to kind of mirror what worst case scenario could be while they're on the job.
Worcester County District Attorney Joe Early is calling for an investigation into Delgado-Garcia's death. However, his office will have to hand that off to someone else. Early has a conflict of interest. Delgado-Garcia previously worked in the DA's office as a victim witness advocate. Early is speaking with third-party investigators to take the lead in this case. Massachusetts Attorney General Andrea Campbell is assisting DA Early in this case, sending a statement to Western Mass News that says in part, quote, "I am in conversation with the Worcester County DA's office and other agencies about identifying the appropriate and most objective prosecutorial authority to take over this important investigation. I will continue to pray for Enrique's family, friends, and fellow trainees." In the meantime, Early is left with memories following the young man's death.
He was one of the first ones to help. Whether it was the victims he was advocating for, his fellow co-workers, he always did so with one of the biggest smiles that you've ever seen.
There has been a GoFundMe set up for Delgado-Garcia's family to help with funeral costs. If you would like to donate, we'll include a link on our website at westernmassnews.com. Reporting live in Westfield, Glenn Kittle for Western Mass News.
All right, Glenn, thank you for that live report. It's been almost 2 years since 2 East Longmeadow residents were killed while driving the wrong way on I-91.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, October 3rd. The year is 2024, if I'm correct. That's a tragic story of a young man trying to do the right thing and join the police academy. All right, so I have a lot of friends and associates I've known over the years who have been police officers. None of them are police officers anymore. They've been involved in the state police, county police officers, you name it. I know a lot of people who did that law enforcement thing. A lot of black men who have tried to be police officers. None of them were able to stay in those as police officers for just too corrupt. I had one friend of mine who was facing an associate who was facing a murder charge as a police officer. He went to court and he won. Luckily, he won that trial, else he'd be in prison right now for something he didn't do. And one huge problem, I don't know why you black folks trust these white folks. I've never understood black Americans' love with white people. For some odd reason, we seem to think white folks just love black folks. Oh, we just love black folks to be so happy to have y'all here. Come on in and join our police academy. Come on in, happy. Whenever y'all see smiling, happy white people smiling at you, wait for that knife in your damn back. Or worse. We live in a country that's just based on racism, built on racism and hate. That's when I hear people say they voted for Trump and all the ignorant shit that come out Trump mouth and all Trump's followers and all the hate and all this shit. I just have to wonder, what are you niggas thinking? The same hate the same hate that Donald Trump got to the Haitians, he got for your black ass too, nigga. But y'all love these white people. I've had people say, well, yeah, I'll be very honest with y'all. I don't trust white folks as far as I can throw their asses. I don't like them white folks around me because they're too devious. Now, I don't like them in my house. They can come meet me at my front door. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. I've only had a few white folks in this house. I have a rule. They come inside, they look around, they're so jealous and envy and hate. I don't like them in my house. Neither you come in, they drop something off and get your ass out. I'm not a racist, but I know to watch my back around them devious motherfuckers. Now, and then I'm going to go to the police academy and lay up there next to them. And I do know we need black police officers. I know we need the black women. You would think Massachusetts, being a northern state, pretty much Democratic, you would think. But it takes a certain type of person to get involved in law enforcement. And that 25-year-old man who lost his life, when he got in there, and he realized the environment in which he was trying to obtain, to graduate from, when he realized that environment, if he ever realized, he might have realized it too late. The other guy who spoke, they dismissed him, they did him a favor and got him out of there. They said, well, but then right before graduation, they dismissed him. But look how they treated him. Because I would not have survived that. I bet some thoughts were the evil thoughts when it went through my head about something. But first off, I wouldn't have been there in the first place. Who y'all think y'all fooling with? Yeah, I'm not going over there to deal with you crazy white folks. I'll pass on that assignment. I've had people I know who work for the Secret Service, who work for federal agencies, all kinds of stories that they've told me How they were treated as a black person working for these federal agencies shocked me. But it shouldn't shock me. Look where we at. The United States of America. Look where we live. Look around you. Look around you. I know how these white folks act when they see a nigga's face. How you doing, Walter? I'm doing okay. Better when you get the fuck out of my face. I was driving to my doctor's office day before yesterday. I was getting there a little early. So I was driving through Morningside. Everybody knows Morningside. You know, you got these high-end neighborhoods. You got Buckhead, Morningside, Virginia Highlands. So I was transitioning from Virginia Highlands into Morningside. And I saw a house with a big sign, open house and all this stuff, big little bungalow. So I was just curious. So I turned around and went back, rang the doorbell. The real estate white agent came in there. Hey! He looked at me like, nigga, what you want? So I could see the little white folks milling around inside the house. I said, oh, is it an open house? She said, well, it's for agents and buyers only. I said, well, I am a buyer. She said, do you have an agent? I said, yes, I have an agent. She said, well, are they with you? Because we're doing agents and buyers only. Now, here you have an open house. You still want to be a crazy white woman, because anybody else would be like, oh, come on in and see this damn house. Ain't nobody in here, just a little bungalow. So I was just curious. I said, well, how much is the house anyway? Can you give me a flyer? Because I'm really going to my doctor's zone. I was just curious to see, because I always drive by that house. She ran and grabbed that flyer and came back and told me $1.6 million. I said, well, am I buying the whole block? Ma'am, this house is, and I right there in that front, I said, ma'am, there's some other white folks coming in. I said, this house is $1.6 million. Am I buying all these houses? Is it just this house? Is the house behind it, the one next door? And when the white women coming up the street, they start laughing. I said, I mean, for I'm holding the flyer, $1.6 million. What is there gold? Is there oil field under this house? They were rolling at this point. She said, no, it's just, I said, it's just a bungalow. Y'all was a bungalow. It was not no big, beautiful, it was the quarter the size of this house I'm sitting in. $1.6 million. I stood there at that porch and I just looked at her. I said, well, thank you for your time. I gave her back that flyer. Thank you. Oh, you can keep that. I said, oh, no, you can keep this one, honey. Because if ain't no gold and oil under this house, I don't want to pay $1.6 million for a 2-bedroom bungalow. No, thank you. I have a nice day. Boy, they were rolling. I didn't need to get inside the house at that point. And they weren't going to let me in there anyway. But for $1.6 million, y'all, you smoking crack, racist motherfuckers? Embarrassed her ass. She was just in there, crushed. Yeah, bitch. You ain't getting $1.6 million for this bungalow over here in Morningside. Ridiculous. Who came up with that price? Yeah, she didn't want to let the nigga in here, so I roasted her ass on that front porch. I went on and got my BMW and drove on to my doctor's appointment. I don't know why y'all trust these white people. I've never understood it. I've been in the business, I've been in Atlanta for over 30-something years. I really don't do business with white people. I've tried to do business with white people. They're too devious. So I don't waste my time with them. I don't waste my time with these realtors, these loan officers. When I see these white folks coming, I say, trouble! Because they don't trust us. I'd rather do business with my black folks. I know we going to get our shit done. Every time these white folks, it's some bullshit. Every fucking time. Every time. But you niggas love these white people. I can't figure it out. You may have friends. Your friends? You better choose better friends. I really don't have a lot of friends back all white, truth be told. Y'all have some associates and stuff. I kind of tend to stay away from people because people get on my fucking nerves. I've been embashing them across their fucking heads. The older I've got, I don't like the less I have time for bullshit, y'all. The wrong text coming through my phone, you will get blocked. You blocked me. You damn right I did. I just don't have time for that mess. And when I meet these white people, y'all, and I have met a lot of white people living in Atlanta, what do you do? How much you pay for that car? Did you just get back from vacation? Why are you worried about where I just got back from? And I don't ask people questions like, what do you do, where you at, where you going? I don't give a fuck. I'm going about my damn business. But white folks just too damn nosy for me. And not nosy in a good way. They inquisitive. I had a neighbor when I lived with them in Buckhead. I was renting about this old raggedy ass house, kind of like this. I don't know why. I guess I have a. Back then, I enjoyed doing the renovation. But I was renovating a home in Buckhead that we were living in. And I had some workers in the front yard. I drove off to go to the gym, do whatever. The white cracker that lived across the street brought his ass on across the street. Saw my Hispanic works over there. This is in 2001. 2002, somewhere up in there. He came across the street and he asked some of my workers, hey, talking to Pedro in particular. And he asked a bunch of questions about me and all that stuff. He says, well, how did he pay you? Did he pay you in cash or did he pay you by check? And so the reason why he was asking is like, oh, okay, is he a drug dealer or something? He has his plan. What kind of money does he have over here? Of course, Pedro was like, Walter pays us by check. Or he said, why don't you ask him when he come back over here? Pedro couldn't wait for me to get back to the house. So it took for Pedro to tell me everything that cracker told me. So I asked him. And when the cracker would see me, he would avoid me. Because he knew I already put him in his place at the mailbox. He beat her bath over there. I had to put up a sign of no trespass. You stay your ass over there across the street, you nosy motherfucker. But I've never understood how black people like white folks so much. I've never understood it. Yeah, you just have to wonder. You just have to wonder what is going on. Who is this? You know, I got all these doctor's appointments going on. Let me see who this was calling me. Oh, I'll call him back. Yeah, I had a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I have to go get this hip shot. I just praying. I'm getting this cortisone shot in my hip. I don't know. I hope it works. I've been doing a lot of research on hip replacement surgery. I'm like, okay, I've had the problem. Bottom line is, I've been having problems with my hips for the past few years, but then it just exploded this year. I think because of that shot I had of that Aptitude, which is PrEP and injectable form. I think that shot just really irritated my hip and caused some issues that just won't go away. So we're trying to figure out ways to, there's something going on in my hips. We know there's some arthritis going on in there. The MRI shows it. But I'm not having bone on bone. I'm not at a severe point where... Well, the crazy part is I've talked to a couple of different people, and they said they have to switch doctors. And when they switch doctors, the doctor said, oh, yeah, you definitely need to have hip replacement surgery. How are you walking around here? And but everyone I spoke to who has had hip replacement surgery said the pain, everything was gone. They lived a normal life afterwards. It's just this journey getting to that point of, so we'll see. But tomorrow I go get a cortisone shot in my hip, so hopefully that will make this situation feel a whole lot better. I'm hoping. It takes a few days. And then on next Wednesday, I have to have shoulder. There's a bone spur in my shoulder. So, of course, I'm not able to work out with all this stuff going on here. I'm here at the house. So, it is hot in here. I have to turn the air conditioner on. But back to that news story that kind of caught my eye. Like I said, I've had a lot of friends and associates who worked in law enforcement. None of them are doing that now. They've all had to leave because for various reasons, mainly racist reasons, are just a lot of corrupt actions or stuff that they didn't want to be involved in. And they just said, this isn't for me. We have to have minorities in the police force to represent us. It's unfortunate that they have to go through all these trials and tribulations to be a part of these organizations, of these police force. And many don't make the cut or get killed in the process. And unfortunately, this man got killed at 25 years of age, he lost his life pursuing a career as a law enforcement officer. This is insane. What was the purpose of this boxing match? You beat the man to death in a boxing match? What is the point of this? What are they boxing for? I don't understand this. Hand-to-hand combat? What police officer does that? What is going on here? Something's not right with this story. I hope the police don't try to cover it up, which they know they are going to try their best to. And, I suspect if anything comes out of this, it's going to be a long time. And if any charges come out of it, I doubt it. They're probably going to write their family a check, and they're going to continue to do what white folks do in this country. That's what they do. You know, some of y'all, I just don't understand this love affair y'all got with these white folks. I mean, come on now. At some point, you have to realize they not like us. They don't like us. That's fine. You don't have to like me. And we gonna hand you with a long handled spoon. And it's unfortunate because we have to go to these jobs, and we're lucky to be self-employed. And thank goodness I've been slapped with them damn crackers. They some bold motherfuckers. When that white bitch walked up to me when I was buying that house up there in Buckhead, are you gonna cut your grass? So I should have hauled off and slapped the white off her damn skin. In a whole new Walter today, I will slap your ass. When I see them coming, I just turn and walk away. Don't be bothered. It's so fucking nosy, aggravating. Somebody say they do that to everybody. Oh, I'm sure they do. They won't be doing it to me. But y'all love these white folks. Y'all love them. Just we just love white people. I don't know why. Oh, yeah. Well, I told you. Well, I will wait until. Well, anyway, it is 11:47. I wanted to do that quick video, y'all. I have not eaten anything. I'm about to eat a banana and make some breakfast over here. I had a bunch of people run through here this morning. I'm trying to get some stuff done. I'm trying to decide if I need Rosie to come clean. It's not that dirty in here, but I just love when she come and clean, though. Clean this damn house up. I need her to come and clean. I don't know. I'm trying to, like I said, I have her come clean this week. I clean after my surgery when I get back here next week when I can't move around here. I think that I might want to push her back to after the surgery date when they do my shoulder and I really can't do shit. Then that's why I'm like, get in here, Rosie, because right now it ain't that bad. I was out of town for a week. Yeah, so it's not that bad. I may push her off until next week. When I get back from my surgery, the house will be nice and clean. We gonna see. I need to call her back. But anyway. Tragic story with this young man who lost his life, and the other guy who explained, what was going on at that training academy, that police academy. Y'all, was just, yeah. We have to remember, I'm 54. Dr. Martin Luther King was shot dead 2 years before I died. He was shot dead 2 years before I was born. A lot of those folks are still alive. We're not too far out of the civil rights movement. And a lot of people who were in that movement and running around are still here. Their children. I'm a child of survivors of the civil. My mother and father. So we got a long way to go before we resolve, if we ever resolve racism and hate in this country. We got a long way to go. It could be decades, maybe centuries. So we will continue to see tragic stories like this. And like I said, I can imagine going into a workplace and dealing with these people and having to put up with their bullshit. So I get it. And then up there in Massachusetts, you thought it would be a different story up there, but nah, I've heard some stories about Boston from a lot of people who used to live in Boston. Highly educated, smart people who used to live in Boston, Massachusetts, and they got the fuck up out of there. They said this is not working. Born and raised in Boston, Massachusetts, might I add. So yeah, Massachusetts guys like, oh, this is the United States of America, what y'all expect? It's the country we live in. Anyway, today is Thursday. It is October 3rd, the year 2024. And I'm out of here. Let's enjoy this beautiful day. Next week, it's supposed to get down into the 50s. Right now, I have the air conditioner on in my house. I had to turn it on. It just got kind of hot and muggy in here. And But I think next week we might be done with the air conditioners as we upgrade from my Halloween decorations. I need to do that today too, because I'm not going to do that next week. The crazy part, I'm going to stick these Halloween decorations up and then I have to take this shit down and be like a one-arm band, and trying to get Earl to do anything around here is impossible. So, anyway, I want to put them up, but then I'm going to have to take that shit down. It's like, how am I going to get the shit down at the end? Because my surgery, I don't know how my arm is going to be filled by the end of Halloween. That should be up there way past be up there, but we'll see. Anyway, I might just throw some pumpkins out there and call it a day. Anyway, today is Thursday, October 3rd, the year 2024. I'm out of here. Look forward to reading y'all's comments and, what y'all experience has been dealing with these white folks in America. I'm just curious to hear how y'all feel about these people. And I'm out.